Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's WWE Reddit video. This is, of course, a series where you can submit your photos, videos, memes, questions, or anything related to the world of professional wrestling over on the Santi Zav Videos Reddit page. So if you'd like to be featured in next week's WWE Reddit video, make sure that you check out the Reddit page. I'll put a link in the description for you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. And don't forget, if you want more than just daily wrestling videos, come over to the Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZap, where you're going to get so much more extra content and series that we never upload here on YouTube. Go check it out. Link in the description, link in the pinned comment. Let's start the video. Braun Breaker heard the doorbell ring. All right, that's good. That's a great way to start the video. We're already starting off this well. This is going to be a good episode. I'm so happy that R-Truth is back, as am I. And I know that the entirety of the internet wrestling community has spent the last several days debating of, is this a work? Is this not a work? When I think the most important thing is that we just need to celebrate that we have Raw and Killings back on TV. We need to be happy about the fact that they're going to continue the storyline between him and John Cena. And honestly, I hope this guy rinsed TKO in the WWE and got paid. You guys already know my opinion on this. I'm fairly certain that this wasn't a work. I think you just need to think about this logically. Let me change the scenario here for a second. What if we never chanted "We Want Truth"? Would Truth have still come back? What if instead we chanted "We Want Carlito"? Would Carlito have been the one to make the miraculous return? Would it have still been R-Truth? You just need to think about this with a little bit of rationality to come to the conclusion that this is clearly just a mistake that they're retconning and making you believe that it was a work the entire time. But really, at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. I just don't think that it's that important of a talking point to get mad over. Bro is pissed. I know in the picture it looks like it's Ron Killings that's pissed, but what if it's Triple H? There were reports coming out during all of this that he doesn't love when fans hijack booking and that it makes it difficult for him to get to his final destination when all of a sudden he has to take into account somebody that he didn't have to take into account for. And that's kind of fair. R-Truth was seemingly gone, and now not only does Triple H have to book for him, but he has to book him into the main event picture. So yeah, I could see why this would be frustrating, but hey, tough titties. I'm just glad he's back. I think the most frustrating thing out of this entire weekend was Triple H trying to take credit for this, saying, "Hey, you enjoying the show? It's all part of the show." Like, bro, don't insult the intelligence of the fans like this. Like, just come out and say that, you know, you heard the voices of the people and you're a man of the people and you gave the people what they want. It would have been such a much better response. But then again, I echo, all of this now just doesn't matter. He's just back, all right? And we can celebrate this. Fun fact, Jacob Fatu wasn't even in WWE when those Theory/Waller split teases started. Dude showed up, teamed with Solo, won the US title, turned on Solo, all before Theory even turned face. I'm gonna ask a really, really difficult question, especially for Theory fans. Does it matter now? Do we even care at this point? Because WWE, in my opinion, they missed the boat for this. The window was open to maybe turn Austin Theory into a big over babyface like a year and a bit ago, and they missed the window. I really feel like they missed the window. I feel like the breakup between him and Grayson Waller now just doesn't hit anywhere near as hard, and when it finally lands, I think it's going to be a little bit of sour grapes that they should have done this like 2 years ago. But this is a great way to put into perspective just how long we've been waiting for the Austin Theory babyface turn. It's actually becoming a meme at this point. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen first. Austin Theory turning babyface or GTA 6. Like, I think it's genuinely going to be a competition as to what happens first. Never have your kids at ringside when you're having a championship match against Gunther. Dude, I forgot about Gable's kids. Yeah, dude, you're right. Why do these guys keep bringing out their kids and family members to watch them get murdered by Gunther? I did think this was a really powerful image, though. Jay and his son. I really like it. I think it really adds a lot of humanity to the wrestlers, to the performers that we're watching that can be so superhuman and so hard to relate to and so just unbelievable at times. But seeing them have their family dynamics displayed on TV really does allow us to ground ourselves and remind ourselves that these guys and gals are just humans. Which spear is better? Okay, so this is a, oh, damn. The El Grande Americano one was solid. Look at this. Fantastic. I'm assuming we're going to see the Carlito one here. Look at this. Oh, no, dude, no. The Carlito one's so much better. The flip, bro. come on. I know he does a flip on the El Grande Americano one, but it's just nowhere near as awesome as the one with Carlito. He got like extra air. On top of that, this is just a repeat, all right? He already did it once, and the first time is always going to be better. It's official. Triple H just hates LA Knight. I don't know about this, but it does sort of feel like Triple H knows that we're always sort of hoping for the LA Knight push, specifically at Money in the Bank. It's like he knows that that is when our ears perk up and we start hoping that LA Knight might actually get the push, only for Triple H to do the yearly disappointment of crushing LA Knight's fans' hearts around the world. But he's now seemingly going to Monday Night Raw. Feuding with Seth Rollins is a big deal, and there is currently a champion on Monday Night Raw that I think is open for the taking for somebody like an LA Knight. So maybe, finally, after 3 years, Triple H will pay off when he said that good things come to those that wait. So who's beating him this time? So we just discussed the possibility of LA Knight. I feel like a really, really strong, likely candidate here is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's history with defeating Gunther for a championship at a big show, Sami Zayn's history with Jey Uso, I think makes him a strong candidate, especially when we have King of the Ring, where the winner gets an opportunity at whatever champion he's a brand of, and it's in Saudi Arabia. I could absolutely see the WWE giving the King of the Ring victory to Sami Zayn and having Sami Zayn dethrone Gunther at SummerSlam, but I could also see a world where Seth Rollins cashes in on that Sami Zayn that night that he wins. I just hope it's not Goldberg. I know that there's major speculation that Goldberg is back as early as next episode of Monday Night Raw, and if he's back, you have to presume that he's back specifically for Gunther, right? I guess I necessarily don't mind the idea of a match between Gunther and Goldberg. I would have preferred the match if it was just a straight up one-on-one, but I'm a lot more hesitant to get behind the match when the world title strap is on the line. And you might say, well, they're not gonna give it to Goldberg. Ask yourself deeply, deep inside, are you 100% sure of that? Is there even a 1% chance that makes you think that Goldberg could win? Because I have that feeling somewhere deep down in my loins, I feel that they could, even if it's a tiny fraction of a percent, that they can make the stupid decision to give this title to Goldberg. It's not a 0% chance. How dare WWE accuse Chad Gable like that?
So, I was just unboxing my El Grande Americano mask, and there's actually an error. It says Chad Gable replica luchador head costume, but El Grande Americano and Chad Gable are two different people. That's an error. What the heck?
I don't even think it's just an error. I think that this is an accusation made by the people at WWE Shop. First of all, you should return this and make sure that you get an authentic American-made El Grande Americano mask. Make sure that you get the actual authentic thing. Disgusting, honestly. All of this propaganda going around. I don't know what else he needs to do. Like, we literally had them compete on like the same night. You really think that Chad Gable is capable of having a match of the year contender with Hijo del Vikingo, and then an hour and a half later have another match of the year contender in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match? Come on, think clearly. What a match. Our expectations were high, but holy F, yeah, dude, this match is incredible. Do yourselves a huge favor, okay? If you're a fan of WWE, this match, this whole show is free on YouTube. All 2 and a bit hours. It's not that long. And if you only have time to watch one match, do yourselves a huge favor and watch Chad Gable versus Hijo del Vikingo. I genuinely think it's the best match that WWE is going to put on all year. I don't see how, aside from adding like story elements to a match, from an in-ring perspective, how a match can be better than this one from WWE this year. Did anyone else catch that?
To me, okay? You're going to apologize. You're going to...
Hey! Dude, sometimes I despise these Reddit videos. Is WWE fumbling her return? Okay, so I'm going to say yes, but no. I'm going to say yes, they fumbled it by maybe bringing her back a little bit too early. I know that the pop at the Royal Rumble was great, but then after Elimination Chamber, they didn't really have much for her at all. I mean, she missed WrestleMania entirely, which when you have somebody that big, that has that big of a name behind her like Alexa Bliss, you can't keep her off off of WrestleMania. I feel like maybe the solution here was to bring her back on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, or maybe just wait to bring her back alongside the Wyatt Six. But now I think that they're really ramping up to something, and I think it's going to be something that we will ultimately get behind with and that we will like. But I think the ultimate answer for this is that maybe they just brought her back a little bit too early and didn't have enough of substance for her to make it feel like the return was truly special. Carlito realizing his release wasn't to work. That's not cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so maybe Valhalla being released as well, maybe that was a work too. I don't know. I am genuinely curious. Like, is there a timeline where instead of chanting "We Want Truth," we chanted "We Want Carlito," and then all of a sudden Carlito comes back, maybe during the Pentagon Junior match against Dom, attacks Dom and sets up an IC title feud for him? I don't know. I'm sure that timeline exists. They do say that there's infinite timelines, so I guess technically that timeline does exist somewhere in space and time. How about this for this year's draft? I think that'd be cruel to do, considering these guys are like best of friends, considering it was Chad Gable that gave El Grande Americano his opportunity to break into the WWE. I would love to allow these friends to continue to be travel buddies with one another. I think it'd be kind of messed up to separate them for that reason. Thoughts? Mr. Iguana states that WWE wants him to go straight to the main roster due to him being a top merchandise seller. They told me, quote, "You're not going through NXT, you're heading straight to the main roster. We need you here because your shirt is a top seller in WWE, and you're also the fastest rising star when it comes to action figures and trading cards." That's wild. Honestly, I don't know if you noticed that I've had a Layeska puppet on my shoulder the entire time. I gotta be honest with you, this is a bootleg Layeska from Amazon because WWE shop doesn't have a Layeska Iguana yet. The second that they do, I promise I'm going to buy the real one so that my boy, Mr. Iguana, can get his cut. But hey, look, this one's actually like not bad. It's like a proper iguana puppet. This is great. I don't know why I'm moving its mouth like as if, okay, stop it. Look, the Mr. Iguana thing is awesome. When it comes to social media, everything that I posted from this weekend did really solid numbers, but what did incredible numbers was anytime I posted anything regarding Mr. Iguana, people want to see this guy clearly. I think it's just so goofy. It's a level of borderline stupid that I think is going to resonate with everybody. I think it's the reason why things like Santino got over, Mr. Sacco got over, why acts like Goldust and when R-Truth was being silly. Like, people like silly, people like slapstick. But now you add a prop to it, you add an iguana, which is just one of the most ridiculous things ever. And of course that's going to get over with WWE fans. I bought a Mr. Iguana shirt. So I'm part of the statistics that's making it so that maybe Mr. Iguana ends up on the main roster before Obafemi. Oh my God, Mr. Iguana and Layeska versus Obafemi. Oh my God, what if it's Mr. Iguana that dethrones Obafemi finally? Bronson's Twitter game is almost as good as Drew's. Oh yeah, I saw this one. I can't wait to tsunami Mr. Iguana and make y'all cry. I think it'd be funnier if he tsunami'd the Layeska puppet. That'd be funnier. R.I.P. El Grande Americano. Oh, I'm assuming this is an alternate angle. Hopefully we hear like a fan reaction of it. Oh, you know what? From that angle, that looks better. From that angle, that looks nasty. Woo! My God, the way that El Grande sold that is crazy. Bayley is back. Thank goodness. All right. I already felt like it was a disservice and awful that she missed WrestleMania. I'm glad that she's going to be back, at least for Evolution in SummerSlam. I'm glad that she's going to be in the IC title picture, an IC title picture that has Becky Lynch. There's nothing to dislike about this. I think the only thing that was a little bit of a bummer about her return was that it was like instantly overshadowed by the unveiling of Ron Killings and Ron Killings cutting his hair, which made us all completely forget that literally 30 seconds beforehand, Bayley made her return after months of being away. But yeah, no, this is a win for everybody. I'm glad that we have Bayley back. It's cool that one horsewoman is holding the IC title and another one has come back to go after it. Like, they're making the IC title matter. I've seen enough. Give him every AAA, NXT, and main roster title. Does anyone object to this? Like, realistically, does anyone disagree with this man's statement? Because I feel like you're just spitting nothing but facts here. Leaked picture from 2026. Ah, yes, Triple H decked out in Slim Jim gear. To be fair, I can't really roast them. I'm wearing a little bit of Prime merch right now. Stay humble, folks. Stay humble, kings. Stay humble like the Burger King year in Cody Rhodes and the Dairy Queen of the ring, Liv Morgan. This is just perfect. Please give us more branding deals, please. What do you want them to do with Rusev? I think right now they're hitting it on the head after starting so poorly with him. Oh my my God, he really does have a jack body. To me, Rusev is body goals. But I think it's a smart call to have him go up against Sheamus. I think that the addition of him in the King of the Ring tournament match against Bronson Reed and Sheamus is like the most obvious, easy decision that you could have possibly made, and they made it, which makes me wonder, why did they start with Alpha Academy in the first place? Like, when you're already making all of the right calls to try and get Rusev back over with the crowd. So you ask, what do I want them to do with him? Just keep doing the thing that they're doing now. Just have him have those big, meaty, meat festive matches. Maybe even have a match with somebody like Ivar. Let's put Ivar back in the singles division. He can be the world beater of the WWE. Maybe he can be what Bronson Reed was before Bronson Reed moved on to the main event scene, because Bronson Reed was awesome in the mid card when he was just destroying people. Maybe that could be a role now that Rusev takes over. I think that'd be fine for him. Is it just me, or did anyone else enjoy this match more than their WrestleMania match? I think in terms of match quality, I thought that they were basically the same. I didn't think that either of them were particularly amazing matches. I liked the Monday Night Raw match more because there was more drama. Going into the WrestleMania match, it was a foregone conclusion that Jay was going to win. I didn't think in a million years that Gunther was going to retain. I knew for a fact that Jay was going to walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. With this match, however, there was so much drama looming that I didn't know who was going to walk out as the champion, whether it was Jay or Gunther, or maybe even like Seth Rollins. That's the magic of having the Money in the Bank briefcase in the ecosystem, because it makes these championship matches feel like they have a lot more drama in the middle of them, even if they really don't. So because of all of the drama, all of the speculation, the will he, won't he type of discussions during this match, I'm going to give it to the Monday Night Raw match. I thought that it was better. So true. IWC, when Jey Uso loses the World Heavyweight Championship, fans in the arena. I mean, sometimes, man, the IWC and fans in the arena are just the polar opposite, just completely different universes, it seems. You have to remember, the IWC is full of people that live and breathe professional wrestling. It's their favorite thing. It's the most important thing in their life for many of them. Maybe the only thing in their life for many of them, sadly. So they have really, really strong opinions. Meanwhile, the fans in the arena, usually for the most part, are a little bit more casual, especially now with ticket prices being as high as they, no, Layeska, come back, as high as they've ever been. I'm not expecting the hardest of hardcore crowds in the arena, so I'm not shocked ultimately that responses to wrestlers and storylines are different from the people in the arena versus the people online. I'm so sorry, I almost dropped you. I will never do that again. Who is dethroning IYO SKY? You want to know who's going to dethrone IYO SKY? The answer is absolutely nobody, because they don't give her any opportunities to lose the championship, because they don't book her to have any matches. What's up with that? Come on, we need to fix that. We can't be having IYO SKY being sat on the sidelines when she's one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet and is your literal world champion of your flagship show on Netflix. Santi, oil up. Great. I'm glad that these signs are still going around. I'm glad that these guys are putting up signs front and center in the middle of international television to be seen around the world. I really thought this meme was going to die, yet here we are. When did this start? Like 2023? And we're like 2 years in and the oil up thing is still a thing? Ah, yes. Good old Nikki Bella saying Stephanie the Quaid. What is this? Oh, is this supposed to be Lord Farquaad? Okay, all right. Bro hit a standing Spanish fly to an iguana puppet. Oh, disgusting. Oh, don't look. Oh my God, the humanity, the humanity, I'm trying to make a joke that's not really there. Come on, bro, how can you not love this? This is hilarious, all right? This is hilarious. I will say, all right, I want to point this out. WWE fans are loving this iguana thing. I promise you, had AEW been doing this, WWE fans would be roasting this, all right? Look, it would have been funny on AEW too. Manifesting this for next year. Oh, that's a true Worlds Collide. And it really would be Worlds Collide because Santino is now in TNA. Snake versus Iguana, Battle of the Reptiles. I love this. This is fantastic. Book this, Vince, please. Well, WWE spoiled these returns. Okay, so in the women's bracket, we know that they spoiled Asuka. That's right, folks. Asuka Asuka's big return was revealed with a tiny little 5-pixel image of her face in a graphic for the women's Queen of the Ring tournament. There I go again, women's Queen of the Ring. I'm going to fix that. Queen of the Ring tournament. I thought that it was pretty lame that this is how they revealed her return after over a year of being gone. And then over on the men's side, they ruined Randy Orton for the King of the Ring tournament, which is all weird considering they have a match that has a literal question mark in it. Why couldn't they have done that with Asuka too, at least? Third straight year that the undisputed WWE champion was pinned in a tag match at Money in the Bank. Yep, so I think this is becoming like an actual tradition at this point. We had Jay pin Roman at what was this called again? The Bloodline Civil War. That's right, in 2023. Solo pin Cody, and then Cody pin Cena. What is a little bit odd is that after pinning these guys, both of these guys just got championship opportunities at the guy that they pinned, but they're making Cody go through the King of the Ring tournament. That's a little odd. Any place, anytime. When you're at Bro's funeral who refused to vacate the title. Honestly, that's fair. Game is game, brother. Game is game. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Look, all right, it's time to have a tough conversation here. No, he's not. I love Dominic Mysterio. In my heart, he can do absolutely no wrong, but WWE isn't giving him the opportunity to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. They aren't giving him storylines. They aren't giving him anything of actual interest on episodes of Monday Night Raw, aside from just being a side piece in the storyline between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. We need more, all right? Give me more. Start the story with Finn Balor. Something. Come on. WTF is main eventing. Dude, there are, I would say, at least 3 matches that could main event All In. This is definitely one of them. Okada versus Kenny Omega, because, I mean, it's just a legendary match that has so much history behind it. These guys have put together numerous matches of the millennia together, and now they're running it back to unify the titles. That's awesome. The other 2 that I would say is probably the Hangman versus Moxley, and maybe even Mercedes Moné versus Tony Storm. Let's see what. Okay, so you've got Moxley versus Adam Page, and you've got Moné versus Storm. I wouldn't mind if Moné versus Storm main evented. I think this is going to main event because I think obviously the big point is going to be that finally Jon Moxley's reign of terror is going to be done. And trust me when I tell you that Hangman's going to win because Swerve Strickland's going to help him, and the pop is going to be awesome. I wish I was there, honestly. Like, how, when you see this, how can you even think about picking Great American Bash over this? All right, like, what a bad idea to counter program All In with Great American Bash. Naomi is so funny. Jade Cargill is expected to receive a huge push heading into Evolution 2. Then she says, yeah, a push down the stairs. All right, now, dude, she's getting real good. Her Twitter game, you know, we talked about Bronson Reed's Twitter game. Trinity's Twitter game is on point, man. Should Ron Killings be the one to dethrone Cena? I'm sure he's going to get his opportunity. I don't know that this isn't necessarily what I want. I wouldn't mind if it was still Cody Rhodes, but maybe in some way, shape, or form, Cody wins because of Ron Killings. That'd be kind of hype. What are your thoughts about the Slim Jim tables? Look, I know it shouldn't affect me, and it really doesn't affect me. I think the only way that I'm going to maybe turn sour on this is if we basically start getting table spots every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, because it's like contractually obligated that we need to have a snapping into a Slim Jim table spot every single week. That would dilute the importance and the shock and awe of table spots. To be fair, a lot of that has already dissipated considering every single match. Like, bro, Buddy could be cutting a promo and American crowds would be chanting, "We want tables." So maybe it was smart of Slim Jim to advertise this because, I don't know, people like tables. IWC right now. But I don't like Jay losing the title. Then why did you ask for it? Oh man, IWC memes will never get old. We shot ourselves into a work, and then I said, resign Truth, make them think it was a work, when in reality, it was a shoot until we shot into a work. That is what they're doing. It's smart of the WWE to attempt this, but no one is buying it. How long until we see this? Bro, Penta has to win some singles gold. I think the IC title would be perfect for Penta. Maybe, let's say, I could see it maybe happening at Survivor Series. San Diego being a border town town near Mexico. I mean, that could be like a perfect turf for Penta to win the IC title. MVP of the weekend, he deserves a push. Chad Gable deserves a push, all right? We've been saying this for a really long time, but Chad Gable somehow, even when he doesn't get pushed, just gets better and better and better. With a little bit of TV time, this guy makes the most of it. When they give him a match, even if it's not long, he makes the most of it. This is a guy that genuinely has earned all good things that happen to him professionally moving forward because he has worked his ass off and gets better every single week, it seems. One last time. Oh man, yo, this hits home. This hits home right here. Now, I wasn't a little kid when we got John Cena versus CM Punk. I was like 18, maybe, yeah, about 18, 17, something like that. No, actually, hang on. Now I got to do the math. Yeah, I was 17, 18 during the start of the Cena and CM Punk feud, the summer of Punk. And at least I still have all of my hair. All right, I didn't fully turn into Homer Simpson. I got a decent hairline, folks. I might be a flawed individual, but it's not this head of hair, all right? This is nice. But I've already spoken about this at length. Like, this is such an important feud for me. Many of you already know the story that if it wasn't for this feud back in 2011, I probably would have just stopped watching wrestling because wrestling was so bad in 2011. It really was awful, god awful, embarrassing even to say that I was a WWE fan at the time. But this was the thing that made it cool. This was the thing that made me come back week after week after week. And here we are 14 years later. Now I cover professional wrestling professionally as a YouTuber on Twitch, on Patreon, and we're getting this feud again. It's just so perfect. I know there's a lot of people bummed out that it's happening in Saudi Arabia, but like, I just like don't care about the venue, just so long as it's happening. I've made the joke before that even if this were to happen, like on a random episode of Raw in Wichita, I would have been fine with it. I'm at the position where beggars can't be choosers, and I just want CM Punk versus John Cena to happen at some point, and we're getting it, so I'm glad. God damn it. All right, you ruined my night. Interesting prediction, Santi. All right, so I hate these because usually I get clipped out of context. People get mad at me. What did I say about this potential women's triple threat that I predicted for Money in the Bank? So my logic was, let's just have the triple threat at this big show.
Well, it's a big show.
Now my day is truly actually ruined. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Goodbye. Get out of here.